Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Dangerous Relationship. Today we're starting on Akira Senba's route. His first chapter is titled, Do You Believe in Love at First Sight? Personally, I don't really, but I believe in attraction at first sight, which can turn into love. But love takes work. That's my belief. Alright, so let's get started with this chapter. You can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. Excuse me. Goodbye, thanks so much. I shut the door behind me and walked out of the dressing room. Phew, just in the nick of time. A call about a costume change overnight woke me in the wee hours of the morning. I almost hadn't made it in time to deliver the clothes. At least I got a nice break before my next job, which will probably be interrupted shortly. Lack of sleep and all the hurrying around left me feeling very tired. Completely exhausted, my legs gave out and I stumbled forward. Thud. I recoiled when I bumped into someone standing right in front of me. Sorry. I bowed my head and apologized.
Are you okay?
It felt like deja vu. Just the other day, I'd run into Akira Senba and would have fallen over had he not grabbed me. The voice I heard this time was strangely familiar.
Hey, aren't you...
When I looked up, I saw Akira's face looking back at me. Akira? The shock and surprise flushed away my drowsiness.
That's the second time now.
And apparently he's very happy about it. He spoke with a smile. I'm so sorry. I'm making this a habit. I figured we would eventually meet again sometime because of my job, but I never thought it would happen so soon, let alone running into him just like last time.
I had a hunch I'd see you again soon.
You did? My heart skipped a beat. It was as if he was excited to see me. Being told that by someone as famous as him made me feel all giddy inside.
What brings you here?
Work? I was still too stunned to respond.
Did you come to see me?
No, I'm here for work. I quickly shot back against the wrong idea.
So, that must make you an actress or something.
No, I just came to deliver a wardrobe. I'm actually a stylist. And thanks to that errand and good fortune, I had the chance to see Akira again.
Oh, you're just a stylist?
Just! Don't demean my profession! Akira stroked his chin, pondering deep in thought.
By the way, can you spare a few minutes?
I don't know, you look kind of scary right now. My next job was in the afternoon. I had nothing to do until then. Didn't I want a nap or something, it seemed like? Sure.
Really? Great.
Did he want to ask me about clothes or something? Akira glowed with a relieved smile.
Well, I wanted to see what you thought about...
Your clothes?
Yeah. Do you think this is any good? I picked it all myself.
I think it suits you very nicely. His bright and colorful clothes matched his lively personality.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Akira began chuckling to himself.
Wait, no.
He cut his laughter short and shot out. Huh? Had I said something weird?
He
continued while fumbling for words. What, did he mean to ask me out for lunch? Not mean to ask me to judge his clothes?
I wanted to ask you something else. Will you be my partner?
Partner? What? I shouted out with surprise.
From the moment I saw you, I've been thinking how great you would be. You've got a contagious smile and a great voice that carries.
Wait, you want me to be your new comedy duo partner?
Plus your movements are so fluid and natural.
I had no idea what he was talking about. My movements?
Yeah, you had a perfect jab at your friend. You're exactly what I need.
Okay, so his romance isn't going to be as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. He must be referring to the time I jabbed my friend for making that joke. To think he heard that conversation was so embarrassing.
Please, I'm begging you, be my partner.
I wasn't sure how to respond. I'm not cut out for that. I liked making people laugh, but this was another league entirely.
No, but you seem like you would be good at it.
Besides, I really like the job I have now. It's not always easy, but I enjoy doing it. So I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to say no. I bowed in apology.
No, it's me who should be sorry. I shouldn't have asked that so suddenly.
It's okay.
What a shame, though.
I mean, I barely know you. I can't just become your partner just like that. Akira looked so depressed that I blurted out an excuse. He stared straight back at me in silence.
You're right. We don't know anything about each other.
Yeah.
But we can change that with a date.
He presented a very rational point, except that we're not allowed to date. For a second, I almost agreed to it, right then and there. Where the heck did that come from? Startled, I shouted back with surprise instead.
That's it. Perfect jab.
Akira broke into a smile.
We don't know each other, so a date is a perfect way to find out, right?
Well, for starters, Akira didn't even know I was a stylist until now. He literally knew nothing about me. Likewise, I couldn't say the first thing about him either. Don't I know him as a celebrity? Like some of his work? But I don't think a date...
It's the quickest way to find out about someone.
Maybe, but... It just seemed like a crazy approach to the situation.
So, how about it? Are you free tomorrow?
That soon?
Gotta strike when the iron's hot.
What about the rules?
Are you that afraid of going on a date?
I always thought dates were for lovers.
Don't think about it so hard. I just want to go out and talk to you.
Still, if someone saw us together, it might turn out badly.
No good?
Well, then let's just not call it a date. Let's say we're hanging out. The way his eyes looked at me with sincerity, I knew he wasn't joking. I felt so nervous about the idea of going on a date with him, though.
If you don't want to, just say it. I'll give up right here, right now.
I figured if anyone saw us, we could just say he was having a meeting with his stylist. If our date was just us talking together, I didn't have to be so worried about it. If tomorrow afternoon works for you...
Great, it's settled.
He smiled, having somehow coerced me into a date.
Are you free at 3?
Yeah. By then, all my work should be out of the way.
Where to meet then? What do you say about the bookstore right outside the studio?
That's fine with me.
Okay, what's your number?
He asked while pulling out his phone. Huh?
I'll need it in case I turn into a lost puppy.
Really? Something about him made that possibility seem very real.
So, what is it?
I caved in and brought out my phone to exchange numbers with him. It felt so weird to be sharing my private number with someone so famous.
Akira, where did you run off to? Shoot.
A staff member searching for Akira wandered around shouting his name. He was just getting a drink. Why is it taking him so long?
Sorry, gotta go.
He put his hands together and apologized.
See you tomorrow at 3.
Akira dashed off toward the direction of the voice. Getting a date with Akira felt like I had stepped into a dream. I felt so nervous about our date that was just mere minutes away. It didn't help that it was a famous comedian either. I wonder if he's already waiting for me. Yep, he is. Looking around the store, I found Akira standing there holding a book in one hand.
Hey, cutie, want to get out of here and go someplace nice?
Huh? As I walked toward Akira, a stranger called out and was trying to hit on me. Is it a guy with pink hair and piercings? Sorry, I'm already meeting someone here.
Don't give me that lame excuse. I bet you're lying anyway.
When he quickly approached me, I wasn't sure what I should say to get rid of him.
Hey, buddy, what do you know about biceps?
Huh?
What?
Akira, seeing my plight, had come walking over with a smile.
Abs are nice, but biceps are where it's at. Everyone knows that.
He curled the book in his arm like a dumbbell.
I just remembered I've got somewhere to be.
The stranger scrambled away from Akira like he was crazy. Thanks, you saved me. So he scared him away with insanity?
No problem. I never thought someone would start hitting on you right before my eyes.
And I never thought you would scare him off saying something like that. Anyway, sorry for being late.
It's okay, I just got here. Shall we start our date? Anywhere you want to go in particular?
Not really.
Then how about a secret cafe of mine?
Is it the same cafe that Subaru and Taiga go to? Sure. It must be an interesting place if it's somewhere he went often. What book were you reading? I asked as the two of us walked toward the cafe together.
Oh, this. It's a book of famous sayings and proverbs.
Really?
Bet you're surprised to catch me reading something like that, huh?
I would have to agree with him there. Actually, I'm impressed.
But to be honest, reading it puts me to sleep.
You should pull it out when you go to bed then.
Yeah. Take a right here.
Oh, Wow, this place is totally different, and it looks pretty nice. Hooray, a new place!
What's wrong, Akira? You never bought anyone this attractive here before.
The place he brought me to was a warm, homely, and very welcoming. According to him, all sorts of famous stars came to this little-known cafe.
Don't tell anyone, but she's actually a princess from a far-off country.
What?
She sneaked out of the castle today, and I'm her bodyguard.
Yeah, I'm sure he believes that.
So you're a knight and a comedian now. Nice. It's all thanks to you. Oh, you're so kind. I'll give you extra ice today. Wow, I'm so grateful. Sounds like you're full of it.
The two men joked and roared with laughter. The owner's a funny guy, I said to Akira after the two of us sat at a table tucked in the corner.
Yeah, but useless. The guy sometimes lends me a book when I'm struggling for jokes. Except that it's always something ridiculous, like a book about grooming your beard. Anyway.
The two of us dove into conversation, and I enjoyed talking with him about all sorts of things. Since he was a well-rounded star, he knew about models and songs and everything else. So, why did you get into comedy in the first place?
Why do you think?
I thought about it for a second. Because you like it? Seeing his smile, I couldn't think of any better answer.
Bullseye. I've always liked making people laugh. But really,
he continued as his face flushed a rosy red.
I do it because I like making people laugh, that's all.
What do you mean really? That's what we just said. You just simply reiterated the point we were talking about. Yeah? I wasn't at all surprised to hear his answer.
Admitting it is a little embarrassing, though. I'm actually aiming for the Comedy Grand Prix.
That's the big one, isn't it? The Comedy Grand Prix was essentially a gateway to success. All the winners have gone on to become national stars. You can do it. I know you can. It was my honest opinion.
It makes me really happy to hear that.
I'll be cheering for you.
Thanks. There's so many rivals competing that I don't really have any confidence, though.
That's surprising, coming from one of the famous Sonogi duo. My words startled him.
Duo?
He muttered quietly as if in disbelief. For just a moment, his expression was shrouded with pain and regret.
You're right. I shouldn't be saying that.
He shook his head and mustered a smile. Something about it seemed terribly forced and gloomy. His face lacked its usual cheerfulness. I guess the duo broke up in a bad way. Had I said something that upset him? Akira?
Is something wrong?
He asked me, though those words were stolen right out of my mouth. Akira seemed to be acting a little strangely. Akira. It worried me, so I leaned closer and peeked into his eyes. Is something bothering you? Is it something I said? His melancholy eyes looked back at me. My gaze was drawn in by his, and the two of us stared into each other's eyes. Akira? I called out his name once again. Is he gonna kiss me?
Sorry, it's nothing.
A forced smile pulled back at his lips. I felt like I should say something. Though just then, his large hand reached up and stroked my cheek.
You should be more careful bringing that face so close to mine.
Huh? Before I knew it, our faces were mere inches apart.
When you look at me with that worried face...
His face neared and covered my vision. A little soon, buddy! A soft sensation pressed against my lips. My face flared with heat as all the blood rushed to it. I wanted to pull myself away, but for some reason I couldn't make myself do it. His gentle kiss brushed my lips, filling my body with warmth. It only lasted a moment, but it felt like time had stopped. My head felt dizzy, and I lost all ability to think. The only thing I could sense was the warmth of his lips seeping into mine. Our lips slowly broke apart. I found my eyes staring at his lips, like I craved more. When I realized I was doing that, I turned away bashfully. My emotions were so jumbled that I couldn't look him in the face. Inside my chest, my heart was pounding like the beat of a drum. Why had he done that to me so suddenly?
I'm sorry.
Akira's voice creaked out.
I saw your face and I couldn't help it.
I turned my head upward and looked at him. His face was flushed and turned to the side, as if embarrassed.
And, because I like you.
Huh? Had I heard that right?
I wanted you to be my partner, but what I really wanted...
He took a deep breath and continued.
I really wanted you to be my romantic partner.
So first it was the clothes, and then it was comedy partner, and then it was dating. Make up your mind, man. Is that really all there is? Or do you just want to get in my pants? His sudden confession was so surprising that I inadvertently looked and met his gaze. Honest and sincere eyes stared back at me.
To be with me all the time and be by my side.
He was asking me to be his lover. It's just so sudden. My mind felt so scrambled, and I couldn't think straight. Well, we just met each other. We're practically still strangers. I had seen him on the TV plenty, but this was only my third time talking to him. Besides, the first time we met was an accident, and we barely said anything to each other.
It's love at first sight.
But for someone as popular and famous as him, this had to be a joke. He had to just be teasing me.
I don't know if you'll believe me or not, but I'm incredibly serious about this. You can't see yourself with someone like me?
He asked this, boring into me with anxious eyes. Somehow this seemed like a very abrupt ending. I couldn't respond to him. Let's see if this next chapter, well, in the next video, I'll see if the next chapter picks up with an answer to that, or if we're just going to ignore his question and pick up at a different interval. So hope to see you there or in another one of my videos. And I'd be so grateful for any likes, comments, subscriptions, or shares with your friends to show some support. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you all health, happiness, and safety. Dirili signing out. Bye-bye, everybody.